What's up guys, welcome back to Daniel Talks Football right here on YouTube. I'm Daniel and we're back with another video. In this video we're going to be having a look at PSG. It was a couple of weeks ago I did a how to fix PSG and it looks like they're fixing themselves with some excellent signings that are about to be made. Before we do get into the video, please make sure to like the video, comment down below and also subscribe to the channel. Go and follow the TikTok and the Instagram, Daniel Talks Football on both. Right, in the video I did on PSG 2 weeks ago now, I said they need to improve the attack. You know, the attack is bare bones. Yes, they've still got Mbappe there at the moment, but it looks like he's going to be leaving, and PSG are definitely planning for him to leave, looking at the signings they are making. Messi's gone, Neymar could be going, and that leaves them with a very bare bones attack if that does happen. And they're making improvements. I've already spoken on the channel about Ousmane Dembele, looking like he's going to be going to PSG for around 50 million euros. He did have a release clause in his contract at Barcelona that ran out on the 31st of July. However, PSG and Barcelona have been in contact. They've agreed on that 50 million fee, and Dembele will be going to PSG. That looks like it's a done deal, and it's a good move for PSG. I feel bad for Barcelona because Ousmane Dembele was giving all the signs that he wanted to sign a new contract and that he wanted to stay at Barcelona. His contract expired, I think it was next summer, after a 2-year deal he signed, 2 or 3 year deal he signed. He's on a deal recently anyway at Barca. And it was looking like he wanted to stay at the football club. Xavi had transformed him from an injury-prone player to a really, you know, top talent. Yet PSG come knocking and he's off. So Ousmane Dembele will be playing on the right-hand side for PSG next season. I think that's a really good move. Him and Asensio, you know, that's two really good rotational options there. I think Dembele works well with that PSG side. I think he will be a good signing. And especially if you're going to keep Neymar on the left for maybe another year, if you've got Dembele and Neymar feeding into the striker I'm going to speak about in a second, that's looking like it's a really good attack. Speaking of the striker is Gonçalo Ramos. Now PSG are closing in on an €80 million move for Gonçalo Ramos from Benfica. A verbal agreement has been reached, but final details are to be sorted in the next 24 to 48 hours, according to Fabrizio Romano. The deal will include add-ons, and Gonçalo will sign a contract until 2028. Further information on this deal, according to Fabrizio Romano, apparently Gonçalo Ramos was Manchester United's backup if the Haaland deal didn't happen, and apparently Campos wanted Ramos as a PSG player over a year ago. Now this is really interesting because we all knew that PSG were also looking at Haaland. So it looks as if both clubs have got their first choice. United wanted Haaland as their first choice and PSG wanted Ramos as their first choice. Ramos was United's backup and Haaland was PSG's backup. It looks like both clubs have got their man, and I think that's going to work out well. I think Ramos will do well for this PSG side. Ramos is a good striker, and we all saw that at the Euros when he scored that hat-trick in the game when Ronaldo was benched. No, not Euros, World Cup, sorry. He's a good player, and I think he will do well with that PSG side. There's a lot of change going on there, and I think it will take time and Luis Enrique time to get the whole project done. The midfield needs to be strengthened. The midfield isn't strong. We're seeing those rumours of Marco Verratti possibly moving on from the football club. If that does happen, then they need to bring in somebody else. They need to bring in a new star-studded midfielder. There's been rumours of Pedri. That won't happen. Pedri's happy at Barcelona. He'll stay there. They do need to bring in a new star-studded midfielder though, and there are ones available in the market. I'm looking at maybe Kefrem Turam. I think that could be an interesting move if they could get that one over the line. You need to bring in a new good midfielder. You can't be having any more of these Renato Sanchez, Carlos Soler kind of signings, because PSG are better than that, and PSG need to be signing players that are better than that if they want to go on and win the Champions League. Ramos and Dembele is a very good start for players to sign. As I've said, I think Ramos will suit well into that striker force. We were unsure what kind of striker Ramos was for a while. I seem to remember, you know, people going, is he a deep player? Is he, you know, Robert Firmino type, or is he a poacher? Is he a finisher? He's clearly shown himself to be that sort of that finisher. He's an all-round striker though. He can do everything. Those that play Football Manager, he's an advanced forward. He will do well at PSG, I'm very certain of this. There's still more holes to plug in that squad. You know, they're sorting out the defence looks good. Centre-back, they've got the depth. They need to possibly bring in some depth at left-back and right-back, yes. Not even right-backs, they've brought in a Mukiele, haven't they? They maybe need to bring in some depth at left-back. And the midfield is what they need to sort out now. Wouldn't surprise me to see if they do go for a left winger as well as Ramos and Dembele, because while these two players are excellent players, you do currently only have Neymar out on that left-hand side, and if you did possibly want to try and push with Neymar possibly moving on in the next year or two, maybe it's time to go out and get a new young left winger. Who that could be? I said I would be interested in Wilfried Zaha going to PSG, but he's obviously now gone to Galatasaray. I think a left winger would be a good option, because we all know what Neymar's injury history is like, especially around the time of his sister's birthday. But no, PSG are going in the right direction under Luis Enrique. It looks like this could be a really, really interesting season for the Paris-based side. What do you make of PSG's new signings? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you all again in the next video. See ya!